Hey, how's it going?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. Yeah, it's Addie, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, it was good to meet you last week at the game day event.
Yes, that was a fun time. It
Yeah.
was nice chatting with you.
Absolutely, and the game was even better, right? The dogs
Right? I
absolutely
love
looked
it.
up on the stage. Should be in pretty good shape for this year. It'll be
Yes,
exciting to
I'm
see,
very excited.
see how the season goes. Are you going to the Tennessee game this week?
I am not, unfortunately. I have friends going, so I'm sure they're going to tell me all about it and how much fun they have.
Absolutely. It's kind of better just to sometimes just sit and watch it on your couch and not have to
pick
be
out.
in the game day environment. So, absolutely. Well, actually, when you mentioned YETI at the game day event, and everybody was raving about it, so I went ahead and bought my own.
Oh,
and
you did?
I gotta tell you, I totally understand why this is so successful. I mean, this thing is great. You guys really have
Awesome! I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome.
So yeah, it's been great so far. I'll definitely have to check out some of your other products. But,
Cool. We love it.
Before we get started, let me go ahead and give you my business card.
Oh, thank you so
That way,
much.
after the meeting, if you have any questions, feel free to just shoot me an email, and I'll be able to reply as soon as possible.
That would be great. Thank you.
And I understand you've got about 20 minutes for today's meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
20 minutes.
And is there anybody else who should be kind of involved in this decision-making process? I know you said you're the Associate IT Director, correct?
Yes, he is unfortunately out of office right now, so it's just going to be me today.
Okay, great. I try and be as efficient with our time as possible. I know that you're super busy, so I did a little bit of background kind of on YETI and the company, and I understand that it was started in 2006 by two brothers, and you're currently located in Austin, Texas, and you employ about 350 people. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. And I saw that you not only sell online with your direct-to-consumer website, but you're also in retail stores as well.
Yes,
right?
we are.
Awesome. So how has the company been doing over the past couple of years? You know, what has his revenue been? Has business been good?
Revenue over this past year just hit $450 million, actually. So that's pretty significant. So we've seen a lot of growth driven just by increased customer demands, and because of this, our sales team has been growing, so that's been really good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. How has the sales team been able to kind of handle that growth?
Well, our sales team is pretty much always on the go. They're very mobile. So we've been having trouble with the CRM system that has been able to keep up with tracking sales and stuff when they're out on the go, out meeting clients, and they're like not in the office specifically.
Sure.
So our sales team is great. We just need kind of a CRM system to keep up with the needs and keep up with the growth that we've been experiencing. Yeah,
absolutely. And I understand that a lot of times, especially with companies that we work with, when companies are growing so fast and you have an outdated CRM system, a lot of times companies will struggle with keeping that client information straight. Have you experienced any of that? Has your sales team kind of gone through that struggle?
We can have some issues. I know some departments come to me, either it's marketing, sales, HR, if they're on call with a client or a customer and they need access to maybe some sales tracking information. I know they'll have to log into 2, maybe 3 different accounts. So getting that information to a client can be prolonged just from having a disorganized CRM system. So this can make clients a little bit annoyed sometimes just because it doesn't seem like we have our stuff together.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to set up your sales team for success. So having a good CRM system that can really improve that customer visibility is so huge.
Exactly, the visibility, yes.
And oftentimes when a sales team will have sometimes that limited visibility, it really puts stress on some of the other areas of the business, such as the marketing or customer service roles. And I know you're in IT, not specifically in sales. Have you kind of experienced that at all in your department?
Yes. When we're maybe I'm on call with a client and they will have a specific concern or a specific question that I will not have access to right offhand, so I will have to access maybe a different department, such as HR or marketing, like you said, and having the outdated system we kind of have already can make it difficult just trying to answer a client's question at hand.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we work with many different companies, and so don't feel overwhelmed or anything. All these problems are pretty common, especially with a company that's growing as fast as YETI Coolers. But I think that a relationship between Salesforce and YETI could really benefit us both. And I'd love to take you through kind of a quick PowerPoint to show you
I would love to see
what our CRM does and what that relationship could look like.
Okay, great. I'm all ears.
So we are Salesforce. We work with just about the top brands in pretty much every industry, whether it's Coca-Cola or Verizon, Toyota, Eli Lilly, American Express. We truly work with the best brands across pretty much every industry. We like to work with brands that are growing and just help them become more efficient in their process. And I love the story behind YETI. Two brothers who just weren't satisfied with what was on the market, so they made a product that was superior on their own. I think it's that is the kind of American spirit, and it doesn't seem to stray too far from another company that we worked with called Vineyard Vines.
Yes, I've heard of them.
And they were in a pretty similar position before they started working with us. And there's a quick little video kind of summarizing the relationship that we've had with Vineyard Vines. So I'll play this now and let you kind of get a peek.
I'm Chef Murray. This is my brother Ian. And in 1998, we quit our jobs to start a necktie.
Brothers as well.
Brothers
cool.
as well. There's a couple parallels you'll probably see throughout the video.
Website. We're selling wholesale. We're eventually open our own stores. It wasn't because we had any strategy to do that. We did it because that was what made the most sense for our customer. Our whole ethos has always been about having real people doing real things that are just really incredible. Vineyard Vines stamp brand. It's all about every day should feel this good. And Salesforce has really helped us connect our customers to our brand. It's made the world smaller. There are two types of brands. A legacy brand is one that seems to have this refusal to embrace technology. You can't just sit there and run the same play season after season after season.
You need to be one step ahead of that competitor because they're right on your heels. So what's your next best product? How are we evolving the experience?
We were excited to go with Commerce Cloud because it really is state of the art. Our business is making and selling products. To be able to do it online in their stores seamlessly is why we did it.
And we're omnichannel. It's a unified commerce platform.
We are able to communicate with our customers the way in which they want to be communicated with. We're not just using the sledgehammer and sending the same email to every customer.
What we're doing with Salesforce is taking that dynamic capability on your e-commerce platform and putting it in the store. That is extremely powerful.
At the end of the day, our customers want to feel like we know them when we walk in our stores. There's a predictive element now that's recommending what that customer might like.
To be able to have that expertise at the click of a button is pretty magical.
There's a single view of inventory. There is a single view of the customer, all in their handheld device.
Our sources, we feel like shop owners, because they are responsible for that inventory coming in. Each store now is a warehouse, so we can do whatever the customer wants. If it's not in the store, we can find it in another store, and we know that store has it because it's real-time inventory. So it's an endless aisle, so to speak. To have this come to life through technology and make it that much easier, it's a no-brainer.
What makes Ian and I fired up is how we can evolve and change. How do we not become a legacy brand? Having a partner like Salesforce who can deliver that technology experience is imperative to be able to connect our customers to our brand.
All right.
Cool. I definitely saw some similarities, some aspects to our company that definitely lined up along the same lines as Vineyard Vines. So
Yeah.
That was definitely insightful. So thank you for showing me that.
And as you can tell, their retail strategy is a little bit different from YETI's, but I mean, you can just imagine with inventory and sales and marketing all kind of being in one system. It really does help avoid becoming that legacy brand like you talked about. Constantly evolving, constantly moving forward. So I think it is kind of important to realize that Vineyard Vines did have a lot of these problems that YETI was experiencing before kind of working with us at Salesforce. So I would like to show you a little bit of product demonstration, and just give you an overview of what exactly Salesforce does. And so I know one of the problems that we talked about earlier was kind of that interdepartment collaboration. That sometimes the IT team and the marketing team, the sales team are not always on the same page. And what Salesforce does is we can unite the sales, service, and marketing all under one platform, which will allow for a more tailored communication and faster and deeper understanding of each and every customer. Now this is done through clouds. We have 3 main clouds that we use, which are the sales, service, and marketing clouds. But not only can Salesforce streamline all of these activities in a way that is scalable, but Salesforce also will provide service automation and analytics. So with that analytics, it will allow for the results to be seen quickly and effectively. So that way you can kind of see how the company is doing, and even down to the individual salesperson, what they're doing.
Yeah, that would definitely be a beneficial aspect for sure.
And that all kind of revolves first around the Sales Cloud. So the Sales Cloud is the world's #1 sales CRM. You're able to sell smarter and sell faster, basically anytime and anywhere with our AI-powered sales. So I'll get into this a little bit more later, but basically this will give your sales reps a tool that will allow them to build stronger relationships with each and every customer, and by storing all the information about the account all in one place. And fortunately, this is something that they can use out in the field. They can use it on their phone, and it's something that headquarters will have access to as well. So it really opens up that streamline of communication between HQ and sales reps.
I mean, that accessibility on the road and on the go is definitely a major factor for our sales force. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and the next step in this would be the Service Cloud, and the Service Cloud makes a customer service representative's job so much easier. Simply by consolidating the information. So a service executive can create a case on like a customer inquiry or a complaint, and then the corresponding solution that they offer can be stored. So there's no more need to log into 2 or 3 systems to figure out who's complaining about what the appropriate action is to take, and what's been done in the past. This is all in one place with Salesforce. So a new case can be automatically created for every single customer email, storing a lot of information very effectively and efficiently. And finally, the Marketing Cloud. So the Marketing Cloud is it's sort of complex. It's a collection of services that makes internal marketing functions more efficient and external marketing programs more effective. So Salesforce Analytics will include the real-time updates and reporting and allow users to measure their marketing effectiveness faster. And the way that we do this is heavily through social media. So we'll start by listening to the social media trends, which will then drive what content is out on the social media channels. And this larger brand voice will drive more engagement from our followers, which will give more weight to the social ads. So as you can see, it's kind of a cycle, and with the social ads, you can better measure what exactly the brand is doing out on social media, so you're not just aimlessly posting. And all of that information is stored on the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So it is pretty convenient.
Awesome.
And I know we also talked about having an outdated manual tracking system.
Yes.
And this is such a common problem. The Salesforce Sales Cloud features an extensive amount of information on every lead, account, and opportunity that any of your sales reps could face. So every interaction that your sales reps will have with businesses can be tracked from the time that they're a lead to that first engagement all the way up until they make their first order and beyond. So you can see kind of a screenshot of the interface on Salesforce and shows basically the steps in the process. So you have your qualification, your needs analysis, your quotes, your negotiations, and then finally your closing. So These are all the accounts that are kind of in each steps along the way. And so you have an actual figure right there saying, how much money could we be making with these steps. So it is a great place for consolidated information and certainly solves the problem of having that outdated kind of manual tracking system.
I mean, having that customer history data, I can see how that would be extremely beneficial for not only present sales but future and keeping up with our growth and everything. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And, even being able to just see the potential of what is out there, I think is pretty eye-opening and certainly a good motivator for your sales reps as well. Now, we also talked about having that visibility between the customers and clients and the sales reps. So Salesforce, what they'll do for those reps is basically break down customers into your business accounts and then your business contacts. And both of these are absolutely crucial to a salesperson's success. Business accounts will show all the information about a company that a salesperson could possibly need. So information on the company's employees and their services requests, any documents that have been uploaded, even deals in the works are all available under that business accounts option. And then business contacts are the people who work at those business accounts. So information stored here would include cases that the contact has filed or meetings they've had with the company or even individual call logs and a notes section for any additional information. So if any of your sales reps want to remember the kids of on the soccer team of one of the bosses, it can be that specific and really help kind of track what information goes where. And on this next slide is a screenshot of both of those. So it shows you what exactly this looks like in Salesforce.
Wow.
So this would be the business account, and then this would be the business contact. So as you can see, there's the account detail, their address, all the information, what links you drive to the website, and then related contacts that are within the business. And then you can see this top contact right here drives to the business contact. And so, there are even the contact details, his address of the business, system information. There's a whole lot of information on that business contact right there all in one place.
This is great that it's so collective and readily available. This looks really good.
Absolutely. And I totally understand this is kind of information overload. But are there any other questions that you might have about Salesforce and kind of its functionality? Anything that I haven't answered?
In terms of functionality, of course, we kind of have to meddle around with the program ourselves, but you've definitely addressed probably my three main concerns with just the outdated tracking system, our visibility, and the collaboration between the different departments. So you definitely addressed all my three main concerns with our current CRM tracking system.
Absolutely. Well, this last slide touches on price. So obviously you want to know what you're paying and what the benefits are for it. So the initial setup costs are $25,000, and then per employee, each employee that is on the system, it's $185 per month.
Okay.
So for a company with 350 employees, obviously you might not need every individual employee on
we have about
Salesforce.
100 employees with our current CRM system, so we probably implement it for about 100.
Okay, great. So if you had 100 employees, that would mean you have about $247,000 of costs for that first year, with those initial setup costs included. And then for year 2 and beyond, it would be $222,000 from then on out. Now, we did have a company that was kind of in a similar boat. I know we talked about Vineyard Vines earlier, but also Power Tools is another company that we've worked with, and they've had some really, really good results after 18 months. And we're in a similar situation 18 months ago to where YETI is now. So over those past 18 months, they've seen a 200% increase in new leads, 40% increase in new accounts, and a 30% increase in product orders. It's really helped drive growth in their business, and the efficiency of their business is just phenomenally improved. Inside sales have saved on average about 7 minutes per order, which totals to about 18 hours a week. And then outside sales have saved on average about 15 minutes per order, which leads to about 30 hours per week of extra time. So with all of that
That's
extra time,
pretty substantial.
yeah, it's kind of crazy to think what potential is out there.
Yeah,
for
what
Yeti
you can
with
do
all
in that
extra
time. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I am very impressed with your presentation and personalizing it to Yeti's concerns with our current CRM system. I definitely want to get my fellow colleagues that are would be involved in the decision process
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
implementing a new CRM system. So I don't know if maybe you're available at a later date, maybe next week, to
Yeah,
come by again when my
potentially.
colleagues will be in office.
Yeah, and even what we could do is kind of bring by like a demo for some of your colleagues to actually try and get their hands on the program. And so that way we could actually get some actual experience working with the Salesforce, excuse me.
Yeah.
And that way you guys can try it out for yourselves.
That would be fantastic. Well, I have your business card, so how about I shoot you an email later today about some possible options about when to meet up next week.
Perfect. Sounds great.
All right, sounds good.
Alrighty.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Good.